This is a brief overview of copper certification using the TestPro multifunction cable tester. Typically, we'll start in the project tool. We've already created our project, but in here you can create the project as well as edit the test parameters of the project. Here we see we're set up for Cat 6a channel. If we go in to edit these, we can edit the limit level, including adding custom limits. We can edit the cable. Instead of using generic, we can use manufacturer-specific information. Same thing with the connectors. And we can add a label scheme manually on the TestPro. We can create a list or we can import a list via CSV, and we can add the operator name. Once our project is set up, we'll just hit the home button to return to the home screen, and we have our cable link. We connect our TestPro units on opposite ends of the link, and we have a live wire map feature with TestPro that instantly shows us if we have a problem with the wire map. If the wire map is good, we can simply hit auto test. To find out details about this wire map, we'll just click anywhere in the wire map, and TestPro will return details on the distance to each of these faults. We see our open and our short. We can also perform this diagnostic from the remote end, as TestPro has two identical handsets. Both can operate and show you details on each end, so we can see the distance to the fault from either end of this cable. Let's move on to a cable with a good wire map. We're going to run an auto test. Note that the auto test for TestPro is an industry-leading 6-second auto test for Cat 6a. And in the 6 seconds, we not only perform the Cat 6a test, we also give the user additional parameters typically reserved for additional levels of testing. We include in the resistance screen, we will show you the unbalanced pair-to-pair and unbalanced in-pair. We also include, further down on our list here, the TCL and ELTCTL measurements. Additionally, we can see details in a TDR trace about the failures on this cable. So we can look at return loss in a TDR trace and see distance to each of these events. We see a large spike here on the near end. If I click on that, we see that it is just around 7 feet from my main unit. On the remote end, again, we can see the same screen, but it'll be reversed to show us distance from that end. We can also see crosstalk in a similar graph. We also have a shield TDR functionality, where with shielded cable, you can find the distance to an open in a shield or otherwise compromised shield or disconnected shield. Once you've corrected the problem with the cable, you can go back and run a new test. And again, in 6 seconds, you will see we've passed this test. We can go ahead and save it. And based on the label scheme that I've previously created, I've got my label in here. We'll hit the home button to go back to the home screen. We can review our tests in the data button. If we're ready to upload at the end of the day after doing our testing and all of our tests have been complete, we can upload and manage them with the TestPro software. Thank you for your time.